Hello, welcome to another episode of Geek Lunch Meet. I'm your host, Chris. As usual, it's about halfway through February now. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow as I record this, and it has just started weighing it down with rain here, so hopefully the mic isn't picking up too much of that. This week's news, some sad news to begin with the passing of Douglas Trumbull. His name might not be immediately familiar to you, but he was an effects legend. He didn't work on a great number of films. His resume isn't huge, but the films he did work on: Blade Runner, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind, to name some of them. Absolute. I think 3 Oscar winners just in those. Yeah, absolute legendary. He also directed a couple of films, Brainstorm being one, and Silent Running with Bruce Dern and his little robots, with the sort of ecological science fiction story where he's alone. We just see little robots on the ship, traveling through space on this giant spaceship, the Valley Forge, I think it's called, full of rainforests and different ecologies that they're trying to preserve for the future. So yeah, sorry to hear of the passing of Doug Trumbull. Some happy news this week. It was the legendary John Williams' 90th birthday. The maestro himself, may he live many years further. I think he's currently working on the Indiana Jones 5 soundtrack, amongst others. He's still going. I think he's got some concerts coming up in Vienna as well. I mean, I could fill up a whole show just talking about John Williams, which I may do at some point. Got a lot of sort of Star Wars vinyl that we may go through and take a look at. But yeah, happy birthday to John Williams. On to the news. It's Super Bowl Sunday today as well. I don't really have any interest in the sport, but it usually means they wheel out the big guns, the trailers for the halftime show of all the decent films coming up. Now, they seem to have gone off early this year because it looked like Jurassic World Dominion was going to have a Super Bowl trailer, and it's already dropped online. I will put the link in the description below, as always. Also take this opportunity to say, if you been enjoying the channel and its content, please hit the thumbs up button. Helps the video out a great deal. And subscribe would be absolutely fantastic. Picked up a whole raft of new subscribers this week, which was great, which I think was down to one of the videos I posted when I'm building the Razor Crest model kit from The Mandalorian, which is getting a lot of views, which is fantastic. So Jurassic World Dominion's trailer dropped. At any rate, it's coming out June the 10th. We get it. I am an unapologetic fan of the Jurassic Park saga. The remember seeing the first film in the cinema several times, might have been 5 or 6 times that summer. Absolutely loved it. The sequels, they middling. I prefer the third one to the second one, and then I really enjoyed the Jurassic World sort of sequel reboot idea. Loved it. And this trailer, bringing back the original cast, I must admit, it did make what little hair I have stand up. It's just big dinosaur fun. I know the films have their detractors, but to me they don't pretend to be anything else. They're big blockbuster summer movies full of dinosaurs. So I'm all down for that. So I can't wait for that. So the only other trailer I know, we're definitely getting Amazon Prime's Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power TV show that's coming in September. I believe they said there is going to be a trailer for that at the Super Bowl, so that'd be interesting to see. We'll take a look at that obviously next week. But what else we might get, I don't know now, because in terms of Marvel, we've already had the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness trailer. I don't know if they would release another one so close, especially the advertising at the Super Bowl is so damn expensive. Whether they would give us a teaser for one of their later films. Obviously Thor, Love and Thunder would probably be the next one. I don't know. It seems maybe a bit early to be sort of spending all that money on advertising for that one. Plus the Marvel stuff by now pretty much sells itself at any rate. I wonder if we will get Obi-Wan Kenobi, the limited series that's coming to Disney Plus, which they did release a poster for this week. And the release date May the 25th, which is the same date that the original Star Wars was released in 1977. So that's coming. I wondered if we would get a trailer at the end of the Book of Boba Fett finale this week. We did not. So I wonder if we will get a Super Bowl trailer for that. Hopefully we will, and we'll take a look at that next week if we do. What else there might be, I've no idea. Would Disney put an Avatar 2 teaser? The film's not out till December, but it's a good idea to start sort of building the hype for it, considering the original came out like 50 years ago, and everyone's forgotten about it. So yeah, we will see what we get Super Bowl wise. I know last year we didn't get much at all, which I've put down to sort of COVID happening and not obviously not films coming out. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if we do get any big ones. We did also get the trailer for the next trailer for Lightyear, the the Buzz Lightyear animated movie that's coming, starring Chris Evans. It looks good, as you'd expect. It's Buzz as a space ranger, not as a toy. That's coming out in the summer and looks pretty nice. We also got another trailer this week as well. Firestarter, which is coming out in May. The Stephen King classic. There was the version years and years ago with Drew Barrymore. This one has got Zac Efron, of all people, playing the dad, and his daughter is the blessed or cursed with pyrokinesis and being able to start fires, and the government wants her to do experiments on, as they always do, these dastardly government types. So yeah, that's coming, I say, in May. Trailer looks exactly, if you've read the book or seen the first film, there's a lot of very similar beats. I think it's John Rainbird, the sort of assassin guy that's come to take her out. So yeah, who knows with that one. King doesn't have a massive track record of good films. Most of them are mediocre to poor at best. So yeah, interesting to see. What else have we got this week? Oh, Netflix dropped the trailer for The Adam Project, which is hitting Netflix on March the 11th. It's very strong Amblin vibes, sort of 80s Amblin Spielberg vibes from this. Ryan Reynolds, who for once actually appears to be playing not Ryan Reynolds as much, looks like he's come up with another character. Time travel shenanigans, a little kid meeting himself, who is Ryan Reynolds when he's older. Yeah, it looked quite good family fun. First footage we've seen from this. So yeah, March the 11th, that hits as well. It might be a good one. Netflix certainly spending a lot of cash on bringing us these big budget movies throughout the year. There was good news as well, sort of good and bad news. Good news that Futurama's coming back. Apparently Hulu have commissioned 20 episodes. I think they're coming to Disney Plus here in the UK, as most of the Hulu stuff. The bad news is that John DiMaggio, the guy that plays Bender, looks like he may not be coming back. He does some of the other voices as well. Bender's the main one. Some sort of negotiation problems there. Hopefully they sort that out, because Bender's such a integral part of the show. But yeah, I love Futurama. Whilst the quality of The Simpsons has dipped since about season 10 for the last 20 years, Futurama to me was always very consistent. Obviously, being a science fiction geek, lots of references to various different properties in there. Yeah, always made me like that one. Great to see that it's been resurrected again. I mean, it's been cancelled before and was brought back. So yeah, good stuff. It's also announced Amazon is going to do a Blade Runner 2099 show. After the last Blade Runner movie, carrying on the story, Ridley Scott is producing, apparently, possibly directing if he's got a window in his schedule. Hopefully it's going to be old school Ridley, not the grumpy old man Ridley who doesn't appear to like anything. Obviously, let me just announce that, so don't expect that for a while. That's about it news-wise this week. What have I been watching? I'm halfway through Archive 81 on Netflix. It's quite a spooky little show based on a podcast about a guy that's been employed to restore a bunch of old videotapes that mostly contain footage. A woman producing a video diary project about an old building that she was living in, and all sorts of strange cult, supernatural, weird shenanigans going on. Pretty creepy. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying that. So I'm about four, I think there's 8 episodes and 4 episodes in. So yeah, that's pretty good. And of course, it was the finale of the book of Boba Fett, which, let's just say, we're going to spoilers here a bit. So don't watch this bit if you've not watched it yet. The finale was the same, to be honest, as the whole season. A mixed bag. It's got some really good stuff going on and some not great stuff. The whole series, you just have to say, was mixed results, really. It, of course, had that very strange structure for a Boba Fett show, where the first 4 episodes were mostly flashbacks. We didn't get much of the story going forward. They kept promising us this upcoming war, and then suddenly nipped off for 2 episodes to become the next season of The Mandalorian. And then come back to the main story to finish it off the last episode, which never, we get this coming war. It's not so much a war as, 20 extras running around some alleyways randomly firing guns. Again, I've got to say, Robert Rodriguez. I love all his earlier work. From Dusk Till Dawn, El Mariachi, Desperado, Sin City. I don't know. He's directing it, all 3 episodes that he's directed, including the finale of Book of Boba Fett, just seem a bit off. The action almost seems slowed down. The fight scenes are very stilted. It's all very strange. I'm not sure what was going on. Especially after the previous 2 episodes with Mando, which were fantastic. The finale does some good stuff, but it just doesn't seem to hit the high notes. Boba rampaging around on a Rancor is, of course, absolutely fantastic. The effects work there was brilliant. That, along with the last 2 episodes, obviously is where all the effects budget went. The earlier ones had some dodgy episodes. You get all the mods on their mopeds again, which aren't great. I don't know. I can only assume someone came up with the idea of having modified people, and then someone went, "Oh, that abbreviates to mods." Oh, mods. They had mopeds, back in the 60s. And that's where the aesthetic from that come from. I don't know. It doesn't seem to fit in. A lot of the best stuff, again, in the finale was with Grogu and Mando, which isn't right for a Boba Fett show. I think people were expecting probably another big cameo or reveal. I've said all along I thought Kira and Crimson Dawn were going to turn up, but we didn't get any of that. It just considering we had Ahsoka and Luke and Grogu turning up in the previous episode, it just felt a bit flat at times. The end credit scene, which was sort of done so well in the first 2 seasons of Mando, was basically just telling us, Cobb Vanth is still alive in a Bacta tank, which pretty much we knew anyway. If you've been watching carefully, it was obviously probably wasn't dead. So overall, Book of Boba Fett, it whets the appetite for the next season of Mando, which we should be getting later in the year. Obviously, we've got Obi-Wan coming first and Andor as well. So it's it's a lot of Star Wars TV coming up, which is fantastic. Hopefully, the series is coming up are a bit more sort of consistent in their tone. Book of Boba Fett just seemed all over the place sometimes, like it was struggling with what it wanted to be, and it seemed to be what it wanted to be was basically a little prequel, seed into the next series of Mandalorian. It is what it is. It's Star Wars on TV, and it's a good time to be a geek, and we're getting all this stuff, and the money being spent on it is great. Like I said, some really nice bits of Star Wars action in there. Just didn't live up to the sum of its parts, shall we say. That's probably it from me this week. Hopefully I'll get the next part of the building and painting the Razor Crest video up this week as well. Until next week, take care and eat geek and be merry.